Well, it's been a long time since I did my last video. Sky here. Thought I'd show you a bit of my face. Yeah, a lot has happened since my last video. And, yeah, I mean, gosh. I wouldn't know where to start, really, so... I guess... Well, one of the good things is Trump didn't win his second term, but he nearly burned the whole of the American sort of dream down in terms of a land of hope with this insurrection on the Capitol, which everyone in the world knows about, or should do, or might do, I don't know, but it was an awful thing. And, you know, people died. And, you know, people look to America for guidance and hope, you know. And, you know, what happened in the last 4 years was not a good thing. So, yeah, I guess they're trying to make things better and take this pandemic seriously and try to get, you know, people protected and with the vaccines. But, you know, it's going to be a long, hard sort of fight, really, for America to sort of really look after the little people, you know, or not the little people, but the common people. Because if it is pretty much run by corporations, you know, who pay the politicians a lot of money to do what they want, you know, to give them all the benefits and bailouts and whatnot. And, you know, they're trying to fight for like a minimum wage of $15 an hour. And, you know, it's not something they really want to do, and they probably could do it quite easily. They, you know, have the power to do it, but, you know, there's these people that are so conservative and, again, probably just looking after their corporate donors, because business is about profit, not about giving money to the workers, you know. See, you know, they get away with as much as they can, giving as little as they can, but getting as much as they can back. And, you know, even with the vaccine, I'm hearing that certain countries that are, you know, poorer than the more wealthy countries, you know, they can't afford to make these vaccines, and they've actually asked for some help and asked for, like, their, you know, to be able to sort of be allowed to sort of make them without having the intellectual property, like asking these companies to forego the intellectual property so they can be produced in these other countries. And the big pharma companies are like, no way, are you joking? not going to do that. We want to make billions of dollars on this vaccine. We don't give it away for free. So you poor countries are like, oh, you can't get the vaccine, tough. I mean, this is what I've been hearing, and it's just disgusting. It really is. But it just shows you everything is about profit. In the more wealthy countries, it's all about profit, and people. Only if they're giving us money, or you know, that's all we care about. And it's just so prevalent, and you know, quite depressing, really. Okay, I guess if you work for a big corporation, and you're a bit of a slave to them, because you need the money to live in these wealthier countries. And if you don't have the money, if you don't have the job, you're pretty screwed. Through the whole pandemic, they got, I think, in America, one stimulus check, and they're still arguing over it. A year later, they're still, oh, is it going to be $2,000? Oh no, we gave you $600, so it's only be $1,400. And it's just, people are, children are going hungry, and people are getting chucked out on the streets. It's awful. So any sort of progress in the right direction seems so hard for it to happen. There's just like more greed than anything in the wealthy countries. So it's all about greed, really. And a lot of the politicians, they're so wealthy. The people in the media are so wealthy. They don't know what it's like to be poor, not to have enough money to eat. They just don't have a clue. So, the rich people's problems are very different than the common people's problems. But it's the rich people, a lot of the rich people, not all of them. I mean, there are like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who's, a common sort of person who's brought up, not in wealth, just worked really hard, and, got an education, and is fighting for the common people. But there's few of those type of people. They're outnumbered, really. But hopefully, people will stop voting in all these politicians who really don't care about the people that vote them in. They just get fed a lot of lies, really, and just rhetoric, just so these people stay in power. So yeah, so we'll see how things go. And there's a lot of other personal things going on. Like, I've got some more health issues on top of what I had, something quite serious, and I thought, oh gosh, how much more can someone take? But I'm still here. That's the main thing. And illness definitely makes you appreciate the simpler things in life, like just the fact of being alive and still breathing, So yeah, it's been a difficult new year, 2021. It started off with me having to go for an operation, and it was successful, so that's a good thing. But now it's sort of moving forward from that and how to do that in the best way and hopefully stay healthy. But it's a gradual recovery because I've got ME, so that makes life a bit more tricky. But again, I'm still here, so that's the main thing. We're coming into spring, it's March now, so, see little buds coming out on the bushes and some of the fruit trees. So it's a good sign. Yeah, a lot of time to contemplate when you don't have the energy to physically do very much. You're kind of like stuck in kind of using your brain, and thinking a lot. And that's what I've had a lot of time to do, is think. And I think it is good to reflect and kind of reevaluate. But yeah, there's been some battles, personal battles, and I'm just happy to still be here. I wasn't sure if I was ever going to make another video, but Sky just can't stay away, And I'm just glad I'm still here, really. And if anyone's listening, I'm glad you're still here too. We have to be grateful. As my mom always says, be grateful. So I am grateful for the air I can still breathe. And hopefully everybody looks after themselves and stays safe, and it's also sort of good to the people around you, because that's all we got is each other, really. And it's important to care about the people around you, even if it's just a kind word. It can go a long way these days, kindness, because there's just so much of the opposite of that going on. The way we treat animals and the way we treat each other is pretty appalling. But hopefully good will prevail, and we can kind of try and save the planet we live on and save the people that are on it. So that's me for now. Sky out. Be at peace with yourself and with others.